Thank you for being here at the June VIP Ask Your Guides live event. It's always a delight to have you here. I like to start with just a little bit of a grounding connection to get us all into the right energy. So if you'll join me, just sit back in your chair, relax, shake out all the kinks, take a couple of deep cleansing breaths, and let's just see what our guides have to share with us today. So on this auspicious occasion, June 19th, which is now being recognized on the federal level here in the United States, we are thankful for this massive breakthrough, for harmony, for more love and understanding amongst our peoples. And we just ask our guides to be with us to help this transition go smoothly so that we can move into a more harmonious nature of love, support for each other. As we have in our group here, let that expand out to the world. So if you can just feel your energy beaming out from you a mile or more, let it go out into the world so that they will all feel the beautiful, powerful energy that we are gathering, collecting here today. And now for yourself, just feel that divine energy flowing down to you through your crown chakra, filling your body like this glorious golden pitcher that's pouring into you, filling you up to overflowing. And you may feel some tingles as this golden creator liquid flows through your body, this vital force energy that re-energizes your body, fills your tank to overflowing. And know that you can do this anytime. And you do want to top off your tank regularly. Don't let yourself get depleted, because sometimes in the crazy, frenetic energy of daily life, we can get depleted. And all of a sudden it catches up to you and knocks you off your feet and flat on the ground. So we want to avoid that. We want to go to our guides and ask for that refill before we get depleted. You can't ask too much. Even if you've only gone down a fraction, fill it up again. You can't fill too often. It's okay. And when you fill to overflowing, that's perfect, because the overflow blesses those around you. So know that that's perfect, and know that your guides are jumping up and down for joy, encouraging you to fill your tank to overflowing more frequently. In fact, if you did that every day, they would be delighted. And know that it only takes 30 seconds to stop. Take a couple of deep breaths and visualize yourself being filled with that beautiful creator, light, love, and energy. And know that when you do that, you're preparing yourself to have the most empowered, joyful, peaceful day where you can make an impact upon the world. Because I know you wouldn't be here if you didn't have the hearts of light workers who want to help others, who want to share their love with the world. And so blessings to all of you for being here. Thank you. And to our guides, thank you, thank you, thank you, with all of our love and gratitude. Okay, so let me just pop up here and see where we're at. So Nancy, you can't use your camera, and no problem at all. I can still hear you and see your phone picture, so that's perfect. Just scrolling down, give me a moment here. So the first question is from Dawn. Dawn, do you want to unmute yourself and just give me the summary of your question?
Cool. So I'll summarize really quick. So I met that guy that you told me I would meet in February. We had a great 5 weeks. I scared him. Then we got back together after 3 weeks. And I'm totally letting him take control, like be in charge, and learning that I need to just be patient. So things are moving in a good direction. So I just want to see if that's going to continue, if we'll actually see each other more. And I'm also moving closer to him, not because of him, but just because the universe threw me that way. Kind of funny. So yeah, I definitely know he is the one, and I want to be with him. And I just want to see if that's going to come to fruition. And what time frame will we be like official boyfriend, girlfriend?
Like engaged or just?
Oh, well, let's go for boyfriend, girlfriend. Then we'll. Okay, I'm trying to take what I could get.
Okay. So you don't feel he's made that commitment to a relationship yet?
No, there's no one else that I'm aware of, or that any other of my intuitive friends tell me. So it's just like he's scared because he's been divorced and he's been hurt before, so he doesn't want to get hurt again.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So for Dawn, what can you tell her about this relationship? Is it highly likely that this man will make a commitment to actually be in a relationship with her? And I get a yes on that, Dawn. Okay. Can you give us a time frame when he might calm down his fears and step over that line into holding her hand? Around 5 months.
5 months
So
from.
yeah, approximately 5 months is what I'm hearing. So in the meantime, just relax yourself and enjoy the friendship. Don't worry about it. Because if you press and if you have those feelings of urgency, like I want more, 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 he's going to feel that. And that's going to push him away and that'll delay it even further. So just flow with the relationship, enjoy it. Don't worry about the rest. As long as you're in that calm, centered space of enjoying your time together, he will too. And then he could come around even sooner.
Thank you
You're welcome.
so much. I love you.
Thank you. Okay, so next up is one that's a private message. So let's see what we can do about this one. Is there a past life connection that is contributing to the friction in this relationship? Yes, there is. Okay, so can you tell us how many past lives ago? It was 3 past lives ago. And were they the same genders in that lifetime? Yes. Okay, so what was the relationship? Were they family? Okay, you were married 3 lifetimes ago, same genders. So what happened? Did one of them betray the other? Okay, so you were the betrayer in this particular lifetime. So can you tell me a little more about that? What happened? Oh, you were a dog. I'm sorry, but you were a dog in that relationship. So the negative feelings, the hatred, the taking things out on you, punishing you, that's the source of it. It's deep, and it's only 3 lifetimes ago. It's not even all that long in, terms of eternity. So anything else that we need to know to help heal this relationship? Okay. So here's what the guides are saying. Just know you can send out healing energy. You can ask for forgiveness. I wouldn't do it, in person, do it energetically because this person's not open to hearing it. But it's about you shifting your energy, taking the blame for what you did, but knowing it's over and done with and you are a different person now. Your intentions are very different now. And maybe you were a narcissist in that lifetime. And that's where this idea is coming from. So just work on healing you. Ho'oponopono would be really great in this case because you're working on healing you and it then will generate out to this other person. They can choose to accept it or not, but just know they may not choose to accept it or it may take a long time. So don't worry about them. It's about taking care of you. That will shift your energy. They get to decide what they do about it. Does that help? Okay. And if you need something else, just let me know in the chat.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, Aiden, you have a question. Let's get you unmuted here.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you fine. What's your question?
Hello, I'm Aidan from England in the UK.
Mhm.
I'm having lots of problems in my current life. A problem in my relationship with my partner. I'm having serious financial problems and I'm having health issues. And to be honest, I'm just feeling trapped and I don't know what to do or where to turn. Could my guides please give me some guidance?
Yes. So for Aiden, financial, relationship, and health issues all at once, triple threat. What guidance can you give him to move out of this stuck negative energy? So self-care is the first thing that's coming up, Aiden. I'm seeing you bathed in this golden sparkling light as you're taking the time to receive that divine love and energy to fill yourself up, because that will start to help with everything. It will flow out from you, and that energy will impact others around you as well as your own body. It's also about you. I hate to say it this way, but this is what I'm getting. It's like lower your expectations a little bit, because this is a deep hole that you're in. And so it's going to take a little bit at a time climbing out of it, hand over hand, like the rope climbing, right? So when you do that self-care, then look around for the teeniest, tiniest things to be grateful for. Focus on those things. Let that gratitude pour from your heart chakra. When you do that, your energy will start shifting, so that day by day, you'll notice that it gets bigger and bigger, the things that your gratitude is there for. Keep doing that every day, and multiple times a day would be good as well. Do you meditate at all?
Every day.
Okay, perfect. So do that.
Doing that.
Don't put pressure on yourself about what the meditation should be. Just be in the energy and allow it to fill you with love. Because sometimes we get there and it's like we're clamping down, and our expectations are blocking the very love and healing that's trying to come through. So if you let go of that, open up those clenched fists and all that tension in your body, just be in that receiving energy.
Zoom.
So just be in that energy and allow it to bit by bit heal you. What's going to happen is you'll start building momentum. Each day you're going to find more to be grateful for. So it's like you've got this tiny little ember of light that's barely glowing, right? And it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. It's going to be shining, so that healing light and energy can flow through you to other people, and that will shift everything. But it will take a little time. So be in that place of expecting a lot, but accepting a little, and knowing it's all perfect. It will all come together. So I don't know if you do anything like EFT or Ho'oponopono, but those would be good things to add to your arsenal there. Do you know about those modalities?
Yeah, I do at EFT.
Okay. So on my YouTube channel, I've got a video on combining EFT with Ho'oponopono. Try that, because it gives it a boost. It's just a little bit more powerful. At least I think so. And, try it, see what you think. If you can't find it, then just send me an email and I'll get you the link.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
Try that. Yeah. Does that help?
It does. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. Teresa, what's your question?
Hi, this is my first time doing the Zoom call, but I really have loved your book. And right now I actually wrote it down. I'm receiving a huge download from the universe of ways that transporting people and doing transaction information is aligning with the universe. Specifically, a specific being keeps sharing with me, and her name is Cosmostrelli. And I actually, my daughter started a book back in April with school, and she's 9. And she saw in her mind Cosmostrelli the same as I did, and I had not previously ever spoken about Cosmostrelli before with her. And then she put it into her book for school, and she got good grades on it. And this being Cosmostrelli has spoken to me for months, but it has come through in different financial changes in what we've seen, like with cryptocurrencies. It's all kind of fallen into place in that way. And with transporting and transacting with people in like what Juneteenth has become today. I mean, all these different amazing ways that the universe is coming together to help people create more harmony. My question is the world ready for her book? It is in professional editing, but is it all ready? And then I have one other question after that.
So for Teresa, can you tell her about her daughter's book? Is this the right time for it to come? Oh, yeah. It's badly needed, definitely. All systems go, full steam ahead.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
And then the other question is, I am a new fan of Paul Stamets and learning about edible mushrooms and the way that mycelium is connecting all of us from the beginning of the planet and from comets landing on here. It's just quite fascinating. What insights can you share with me, please?
About the mushrooms?
Right, or the mycelium that is connecting all down deep within the earth and within many layers of different
Okay.
different ways.
So what can you tell Teresa about the mycelium? She'd like greater understanding. Yeah, so I'm seeing the interconnectedness, and it feels like, you know how in mythology they talked about the food of the gods? It feels
Yes.
like that's what it is. It's connected in some way to that. And
I can believe that.
that's why you have to seek it out, and it's almost hidden. You have to work to get it. It's just not something that's, right there everywhere for people. So yeah, it's very powerful. It's got a lot of healing properties. It's definitely something that's worth seeking out, but it has great value, not monetarily necessarily, but great value in terms of our health and well-being. So it's wonderful that you have this interest. And I'm also feeling like it's something you might have a conversation with your new guide about. Because it's like, why is this coming into your awareness? There's a reason. There's always a reason. It didn't come up for nothing, right? What are you
Right.
supposed to do with this information?
I
So
want to find that out.
yeah, so inquire into that and allow that to unfold.
Should I ask Cosmostrelli or who should I ask?
Yeah,
Any
Cosmos
one of them. Okay,
or
thank you.
any of them. It really doesn't matter. I tell people all the time, would we ask our guides for their names? They laugh because they work as a collective. Names really don't mean a whole lot to them. They mean something to us. So, they'll play along if we insist, but really they prefer just to be your guides. They're your team. They're all working together for your good. So ask whomever.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Nancy, you're next.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
I had a health issue question, but listening to the information that Aiden was given, it definitely resonated with me. I had COVID and I still have problems from COVID. Is there anything that I need to worry about moving forward? I mean, I still have all the post-COVID symptoms like the trouble breathing, the hives, all of those things you read about,
Yeah.
I'm the poster child for.
Okay. So what can you tell Nancy about her recovery from COVID? Yeah, I'm seeing you doing something similar to Aiden in the meditation,
Right.
allowing that healing energy to come down and fill you, and know that you can do that multiple
Yes.
times a day if you feel led to. So allow your intuition to guide you about when is the optimal time to do that. And if you can't figure it out, just, go with whatever you feel like. But doing that regularly will help you. Also, I'm feeling like even if you're not meditating, stop for a few minutes, like 4 or 5 times a day, and do some deep breathing, because that's going to help a lot. I know it's hard for you right now, with your lungs being a little compromised, but one of the principles I learned years ago is that when we get an injury, like let's say you've got a limp because you've injured your ankle or something, if you baby that side, it takes longer to heal. If instead you try to walk in as balanced a fashion as you can despite the pain, you heal faster. So when you do the deep breathing, it might be a little uncomfortable for you, but try to just relax, flow through it, and do a little at a time and build on that. That will help to strengthen and build those muscles again. That will be really beneficial to you.
Yeah,
And
excellent.
is there anything else you can tell Nancy? Can you do dairy?
Not very well.
Okay. If you can get your hands on some raw kefir, it's very, very healing. But because you have trouble with dairy, the raw might work for you.
That's raw kefir?
Raw kefir. So it comes from raw milk
Got it.
And
Okay.
then it's
I will-
cultured. It's got all of these really wonderful, what's the word I'm reaching for? It's not a probiotic, but you know, the good stuff that's in probiotics, kefir is a step above that. So it's like prebiotics, I guess, but it's got all these lovely cultures in it. It's very healing. But try the raw, try just a small amount and see how your body tolerates it. Because if you can tolerate that, a little of that each day is going to facilitate your healing. That's the thing that's coming up right now.
Wonderful. Thank you.
So
Can one more real quick. Can they give me any advice as to where my life is headed? Is there anything that is coming through?
Yeah, I immediately hear you're the captain of the ship, Nancy. Where do you want it to go? So rather than being on this ship and letting yourself be pushed around by the waves and flotsam and jetsam, it's where do you want to go? Steer a course. They will facilitate that for you, but they won't tell you where to go. So what is that thing that lights you up that you want to do? Start moving in that direction and do that as much as you can. That's going to also help with your healing because it shifts your energy. It puts you into a more empowered and receiving state, if that makes sense.
Yes, it definitely does. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
For your words of wisdom and for our guides coming through. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Okay, Lee on the iPhone.
Hi, Deborah. I'm so excited to connect with you. Thank you for all you do. I have a question. I wanted to know if I'm one of the volunteers that came down here at this time, and if I am I starseed, O soul, and how many lifetimes have I had?
Okay, so for Lee, is she a light worker?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And is she a volunteer who came to help with the facilitating of Earthtopia at this time? Yeah. They kind of go hand in hand. If you're a light worker and you're alive, you're here because you wanted to be here at this time. We all chose to be. And so, yes, you are a starseed because by virtue of being a light worker, choosing to be here at this time, you are a starseed. The earthers would not even be asking the question. It wouldn't occur to them. They're just wired differently. And what was the last question?
How many lifetimes have I had if I have more than?
Oh, definitely more
Oh,
than that.
gosh.
So for Lee, how many lifetimes has she had? I'm getting 4,221. Now, I need to say this for everybody because people ask this question all the time. It doesn't matter how many lifetimes you've had. Those are over and done with. What matters is what you're doing now. And the other thing about it is if you ask me tomorrow, you might get a different number. And the reason for that is they don't do math in the fifth dimension. So we will get approximations. So it's somewhere around that number, but it's not necessarily precise. Make sense?
Okay. Yes, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I do have one more question, if that's okay, Deborah.
Sure.
There's an old flame that keeps popping into my head, and I just want to know what that's all about.
Okay. So this old flame, is this someone that would be highly optimal for Lee to be involved with? No. Okay. Do they have a past life connection? Yes, of course you do. That's why he's popping up. So you've got some past life baggage to process and deal with. You can, if you'd like to get that resolved so he stops popping into your head, you can just do a little clearing prayer. You can make this up and just set your intention that you disconnect from him energetically and you bless him to move on. You release any contracts or bindings or anything that was between you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And when you
Okay.
do that, you might want to do a candle and maybe some incense or something just to heighten the energy, but it's not necessary. It's totally up to you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. And I do have one last. I just want to know if there's any other messages for me.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to share with Lee at this moment? They're saying being inquisitive is a good thing. That's part of the journey of the light workers, being inquisitive, looking into things. It's part of the expansion. Anything else you want to say? They're Oh, it's so beautiful. They're holding a heart in their hands and handing it to you. So it's passing bushels of love to you. They just want you to know how loved you are in case you had any doubts. So just allow that to fill your heart chakra, and that will help strengthen the connection between you.
Okay, I got it. Thank you. Thank you, Deborah. And thank you to my guys.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, Galaxy S21 5G.
Hello.
Hi.
Mine's Sierra. I didn't know how to change the thing on my phone.
That's okay. Hi, Sierra. What's your question?
Hey, it's good to see you. My question is Michael a good potential partner for me, and why or why not?
Okay. So for Sierra, is Michael a highly optimal partner for her? I'm getting a no. Okay, so no, why not? He's just not energetically aligned with you. I'm feeling a lot of friction. It's almost like sandpaper, and that won't get better. That'll only get worse over time. There's just a misalignment that, it's like trying to put that square peg into the round hole. It just doesn't fit. You can't force it. And if you do try to force it, it's going to be painful. So again, in getting into alignment with your soul and flowing, you want to find that relationship that flows with ease for you, that supports and uplifts you. You don't want to be in the ones that are full of friction. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's so confusing. And another question I'd love to ask is, do I still have entanglements with my past relationship, Stephen?
Okay. So for Sierra, are there still connections to Stephen? Oh, yeah, which is why you're asking the question.
Right.
So just like I was explaining to Lee, you can choose to cut those connections, release them. Just a prayer, and ask your guides to help you with it. They will.
Is there anything you can tell me about that relationship, like past lives or anything with Stephen? It feels so hard to let go of.
Okay. So for Sierra, is there a past life connection with Stephen? Yeah, there is. That's why. So can you tell us about that? 7 past lives ago, you were the same gender as you are now. You were romantically involved. You were married. Okay. Was it a happy marriage? Was a happy marriage. You had a good relationship in that lifetime, which is why you're feeling that connection. Right? But that doesn't mean that you need to be together and have a good relationship in this lifetime, because you've moved on. You're a different person now, but you are still feeling that connection because you had a really great connection in the past. So you can bless that and just move on if you don't want that to be there, or you can be friends if you want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. I guess it's my choice. Is there anything else I'd like to share at this time?
Anything else for Sierra? No, they're saying that's enough for you to work on right now. Deal with those things and come back next time.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Sydney, you're up. Are you there, Sydney? Maybe she had to step away. Okay, let's go on and we'll come back to Sydney. Laura.
Hi, I'm so excited. Thank you for doing this.
You're so welcome. Glad to have you here.
Yeah, so I have a question. I've been working towards my purpose since I've been home for like 3 years now. I'm pretty like I want to get things going. I want to start it, but I feel like I'm being held back kind of by myself. But I'm wondering if I have any messages more about my purpose or how to get started. I don't know.
Okay. So what can you share with Laura about her purpose? They're saying lean into that thing that brings you joy. That's really the secret. And what brings you joy today might be different from what brings you joy tomorrow. But if every day you lean into that thing that brings you joy, you will be on the right path. Just keep going.
Okay. And also, it was really random. A few months ago, I was like watching a video and I really heard the word husband really clearly in my head about this guy. And at first I was like, oh, whatever. And now I'm like obsessed with his videos. He's on TikTok. And I'm wondering, I don't know, like, did I hear that word because he is supposed to be my husband in this lifetime? Or was it just showing me, hey, my husband will have these funny qualities? I don't know.
So let's ask for Laura. The TikTok guy, is it highly likely he would be her husband? Do they have a past life connection? Yes and yes. That's why you felt that.
Wait, yes and yes. Like
yes, you have a past life connection and he is husband material for you.
He's husband material. Okay. All right. Like, okay. Do they have
so the thing is, you obviously don't know him in real life.
No.
But your guides whispered that to you for a reason, to get your attention.
Yeah.
Trust them that they will facilitate the two of you meeting at the right time. So if it takes a while, all that means is that one or both of you have issues that need to be resolved before you come together to make sure that you have the best relationship.
Okay.
So let it take the time it takes, but know that he is a good potential. Also know he's not the only one. So you don't want to get into an obsessive mode about it and block other opportunities. So that takes you back to that first message about lean into joy. If you're always leaning into joy, you'll be making the right choices.
Okay, that makes sense.
Don't try to force things.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. And do they have any other last messages or anything like open, like that I need to hear or anything?
Okay. Anything else you want to share with Laura today? They're giving you a big thumbs up. Okay. That's the way to go. Just get moving and keep going. When you need help, just check in and ask for it.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Mike, good morning.
Oh, it's Sydney. I'm here whenever you want to talk to me.
Oh, okay. Mike, I'll get right back to you. Sydney, go ahead.
Hi, I didn't unmute fast enough.
That's okay. Sometimes people step away.
I currently work in a corporation at a basic level and have the opportunity to do a design program for them, signage program, in theory, to create a new department, but they're not paying me what it's really worth. So is it really an honest ask? Like, will it lead to a position in this company, a significant position, or should I just bless this and move on?
Okay. So for Sydney, would it be wise for her to continue pursuing this position? Is it highly optimal for her? Yes. What about moving on to something else? Would that also be an optimal choice? No, they're saying stick with this one for a while, Sydney. Don't give up on it yet. But in the meantime, what they want you to do is keep yourself in that high vibe energy place, being in that state of gratitude so that you are open and ready for that opportunity when it comes.
Okay, great. And will I be moving home at the end of the summer?
Would it be an optimal choice for Sydney to move home at the end of summer? Yeah, if you want to, it's good.
And okay, and the last thing is it an optimal time to bring to life my collage, my channeled collages and my artwork?
Oh, that one came right away. It's always an optimal time. If it's, you know, if that's your purpose and you have that vision, don't hold back. Flow into it. Of course, you're not forcing anything. It's always about the flow and the ease. And as long as you're in flow and ease, you know you're on the right track. It's when things get staticky and sticky and you're having to force, that's when you've got to take that step back and reconnoiter and say, okay, where can I move or shift so that I'm back in the flow?
Right. And anything else?
Yeah, you want to make flow your priority for everybody, because that's how we manifest faster when we're in the flow. So anything else for Sydney? They're saying that's a pretty full plate. So you work on that for now and come back again.
Thank you so much.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
everybody.
Okay, Mike.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I have three things, and some of the answers could be short. The first one is real estate. Any update on that? And the second is the series of books I'm writing is any update on that? And the third is the associate certification program I joined. Any update on that?
When you say update, what are you wanting to know?
Just if there's any guidance.
Okay. So for Mike, what can you tell him about the real estate situation? Is there an optimal buyer on the horizon? Okay. And can you give us any indication about the time frame? Is it more than a month? I'm getting less than a month, Mike.
I like that.
Right now, approximately 3 weeks, there's an optimal buyer out there. Now, things could shift between now and then because something could change for someone else. But at this point in time, about 3 weeks.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And the second question was about your books. What can you tell them about the series of books? Is everything in alignment for these books to function the way he intended them to? Yes. Is there anything he needs to do further at this time with those books? I get a yes on that. So what should he be doing? What else is there to do? Oh, just keep sending them love. Right? Just put that love out there and allow it to flow. But it feels like, you know how as a little kid, you put your boat on the water and it just sits there. You've got to kind of give it a little shove to get it going. It's kind of like that. So you sending that love is giving it the little shove. So you're helping with the momentum by sending love. But the reason it's sending love and not doing something, some kind of action, is because you are allowing all the pieces to work out. You're staying in that state of flow when you're just sending love.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, and what about the associates program? Anything you can tell them about that? There's something sticky feeling about it. Something's not quite lined up. So is there action he needs to take? No. Someone else has action to take. Okay, and is there anything he can do about that? No, again, that's out of your hands. It's still being in the flow. It's just knowing that it's not going to happen as quickly as you might want it to because there are some issues to be worked out because it has that sticky feeling.
Right, and that's spot on. And it's what I'm feeling myself.
Awesome.
Thank you. You're wonderful.
You're welcome. You too. Mike is here every month, you guys. He's my biggest supporter. So I'm just going to take a quick break. The people who have their hands raised, if you haven't yet put the word question into chat, you need to do that because as I'm channeling and flowing back and forth, it's hard to monitor for the hands raised. So if you put your question in chat, just the word question, it's easier and faster for me to get to you. And now I'm going to share a link with you guys. I'm going to be teaching learning to read your Akashic records again. A lot of people have been asking for that. So I just got the page up and ready to go. So if anybody wants to take that course with me, learning to read your Akashic records, if you don't already know your gift, you will learn it in this class. You will also learn how to distinguish for other people what their gift is. It's 3 sessions, 90 minutes each. We'll be starting on July the 8th. So you've got a little bit of time to think about it. And that link will take you there for the information. Okay, so back to questions. Hang on while I find where I left off. Thank you all for being here while I'm searching. Storm Cloud. What's your question?
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah. Can you tell me something about my team?
About what?
My team. My guides.
Your guide's name is IT?
No. Can you tell me something about my team?
Oh, your team. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I was just having trouble hearing that. All right, now I found you. All right, so for Storm Cloud. Come on, team. What do you want to share with Storm Cloud? They say, rah, rah, sis, boom, ba. We got your back, babe. So they're on the job. They want you to know that. And of course, they have a sense of humor.
Awesome.
Yeah. And so I'm feeling and seeing them holding your elbow. They've got your elbows cupped in their hands. So they want you to know that they're always and perpetually cupping your elbows and guiding you. So as you're moving forward on your journey and you need a little nudge here and there, they're doing that. They're just kind of gently guiding you towards the best choices. Now, they will not make choices for you. They will only point you in the right direction and then you get to decide. But when you're off track, again, they'll do that little nudge to help you get back on track faster. So when you notice that you're being guided in a different direction, the faster you take action, the faster you get back into energetic alignment, the faster manifestations happen, and the sooner you'll feel better. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Sure. And is there a possibility of us moving soon? Do you see that happening?
Would it be an optimal choice for Storm Cloud to move soon? Yes. So they won't tell you to move, but they can tell you if it's a good choice for you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and is it out west?
Okay. Would the west be an optimal choice for Storm Cloud? No.
Oh. So staying in this area?
Okay. Would staying in the general area where she is now be an optimal choice? Yes.
Okay.
So if your desire is to move out west, the timing's not right.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Rachel, good morning.
Hi, good
Hi.
to see you. Hi, everyone. Wow, thank you so much. I want to, first of all, say thank you because you said Italy would be no problem. And here I am, I'm sitting in Italy. So yeah, I am doing the whole travel the world thing and it's working, even if I don't have a vaccine yet. So thank you for that. Thank you for helping everyone here and your gifts. So I have a few like what's optimal questions, like really short ones. I think that works really well. So the first one is I still have a contract with university. It's definitely not something I want to keep doing in the future, but it's easy money. Sometimes stressful, but it's kind of nice income. So, but is it optimal for me to keep it? I mean, should I, I don't know. I know I will quit one day, but I'm just curious.
Okay. So can you give Rachel guidance on the timeline for letting go of this contract? Would that be less than 6 months? Yes, less than 6 months. Somewhere between 4 and 5 months.
Interesting. Okay.
So, that would kind of make sense with the way the world is shifting and opening up more. So more opportunities are going to come in as that happens.
Okay, well, that brings me to my second kind of question. I'm doing everything online and trying to have like multiple sources of income. And so I'm just also curious, like, I'm going to give you like a few, sources of income and just kind of curious what the reason I'm here today is because I'm lacking focus on what to focus on, like, where should I put my focus and energy on and really put in some more effort. So the things I'm thinking about is it's definitely my online business, but is income then going to come more from my YouTube, from coaching, one-on-one, from group coaching? Real estate is definitely also an income stream. I'm kind of like, where should I put my focus on to grow?
Why do you have to limit? Because multiple streams is a good thing.
That's true. No, I don't want to, no, I definitely want all of them, but I guess, I don't know, I'm kind of, at the moment, I'm not doing much to get more coaching clients. And I'm like, okay, should I focus more on getting one-on-one? Should I focus more on getting group coaching?
Well,
or is my YouTube going to take off?
Let's ask which of those would be the number one choice to go after. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
To put more focus on one area, and when you get that going, then you can expand into other areas.
Makes sense.
For Rachel, what would be the most optimal income stream to pursue right now? Would that be one-on-one coaching? Would that be her YouTube channel? Would it be real estate? I get a big yes on real estate.
Okay, but that's already kind of happening. So
Maybe it
I'm
needs a
kind of
little
between what,
babysitting. You know, maybe it needs some babysitting so that it can fully blossom before you shift your focus to something else.
maybe it needs what you say? What setting?
A little extra focus on that one, babysitting it to make sure that it comes to fruition before you shift your focus. So you don't
Okay.
want to stop the energy flow to that area too soon. That's what it's
No,
for.
no. Yeah, okay. And then one-on-one coaching or group coaching? What is
What
happening?
about group coaching? Would that be an opt? Oh yeah, I get a big yes on that. So now I'm seeing you juggling those two things. So you can juggle those two things. That's a good place to put your energy for now. And when you get those flowing, then you can do these others on the side.
Okay, the reason I'm thinking about group coaching is really because I have a program, Escape Your 9 to 5, that I'd like to get some people into, like, follow the program and then let me come in and do some, you know, questions and answers, you know, kind of style.
Yeah.
Is my thought right? Like, instead of just going and prospecting and trying to get one-on-one clients, but rather, how shall I ask the question? First of all, is this 9 to 5 escape, you know, program, the one that I already have, the one I will be using? And second of all, do I need to, like, continuously, you know, get people on a call in order to get them in the group program?
Okay, I have to break that down a little bit. So for Rachel,
Yeah.
the 9 to 5 program that she has, is that the optimal program to use in a group? Yes, because I'm feeling there's a lot of enthusiasm. And the thing about it is that when you're doing that one-to-one with somebody, it's a little harder to keep the enthusiasm going. So if they're doing it in a group, they're going to lift each other up and help you, so you won't have to do so much of the work. So that's
Yeah,
a really good way to focus your energy.
Yeah, for some reason I was thinking about this more and more. So now the big question is, how do I get people in my group program? How do I get people?
Okay, so can you help Rachel with how she finds these people for her group program? Do you do speaking engagements? I mean, when things open up?
I used to do a few, but not really, not planning on it, no.
Because speaking feels like a good way. Okay, so would speaking be an optimal choice for Rachel to find her group students? Yeah. Of course you can do it on video, but when you can actually do it in person with people, there's more of an energy transfer. You can share more of your enthusiasm for this lifestyle, which is almost infectious for the people who are interested, but maybe not ready to commit. And by you being there in person with that energy, they're more likely to make a commitment. So then the question becomes, where do you find people? What kind of a group can you speak to where those type of people are?
Yeah.
So that you would just have to kind of look around, because I'm not getting any insights about what kind of group that would be. But where do you find people who love to travel? I mean, that's a good place to start, because that's what you have in common with them. I mean, truly, for most entrepreneurs that are in the service industry, if you're finding people who are like you before you had your big breakthrough, those are the people you want to work with as a coach, especially. That's expertise, and you can demonstrate, you role model to them that you've achieved this. So if I've done it, I can help you do it.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. It's just finding those people,
Okay,
you know.
so think about this for yourself. Before you had your big breakthrough, what kind of places or groups did you hang out? That's where you're going to find those people, because they're like you.
Yeah, and I'm thinking like digital nomad and laptop lifestyle things, for sure. But it's not really a group I can speak. Like, it's not really like something like, oh, that's a place where I can go and speak or something. It's just, I'm thinking Facebook groups, you know, stuff like that. But yeah.
Well,
okay, and then
try different things and try different things. Let your intuition guide you as to which feels the most powerful.
Yeah. I have no idea at this moment. The last thing is really my YouTube, because you also said last time that will definitely break through this year. And so I'm just curious, when I give you a few topics, what is more optimal, because I've been focusing a lot on career shifts and career change. But I'm thinking more and more exactly what you're saying is, people who love to travel. I don't want to make it a travel channel, but maybe, is it more optimal? Let me just give you a few choices to focus more on career change topics, or mindset, the power of the mind, which I love to talk about, or digital nomad, laptop lifestyle, freedom kind of topics. Okay. So one of those three.
So for Rachel, what would be the optimal videos to make? Would it be the digital nomad laptop lifestyle group? Yes. Okay. And what were the other two?
Career topics, okay, or mindset.
What about career topics? Would that be optimal? And what about mindset? I'm getting a yes on all of those, Rachel. So how can you combine them? How can you, because digital nomads still have to deal with career and mindset. It all goes together. But what I think you've been missing is the travel part, because that's your passion. And you've not been including that. You've been all focused on the mindset and the career. You're leaving out the fun, which is the whole reason they want to do this. So if you can excite that fun and prove to them that it can be done, I think it'll be easier for you. It feels
so travel
more flowy. Yeah.
Okay, I'll include that. And maybe that's also a way of speaking. Speaking is kind of broad. So maybe through my YouTube channel, I'm also speaking, and who knows, attracting, I should mention more my group program than on YouTube, but okay. Yeah, that's where I'll focus on. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, Beverly.
Hi, Deborah.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm terrific. How are you?
Awesome. Thank you for doing this.
You're
I have a question. I have a question about how optimal is it for me to shift from my corporate America position into my own business in 2021, or is it more optimal for 2022?
Okay. So for Beverly, would the optimal choice be to start her business in 2021? What about 2022? Yeah, I get a definite on 2022. 2021 is just a little premature. So let it simmer and expand a little bit before you take that big leap.
Okay. I also want to ask a relationship question.
Okay.
Am I in the right one, and am I going to move forward successfully?
All right. So for Beverly, is this present relationship an optimal relationship? Yes. So is it optimal for the long term? Yes. And is it highly likely that it will lead to marriage? Yes. Do you want to ask about a time frame?
Yes.
Okay. So the time frame for this optimal relationship, when does it look like it will lead to marriage? Will it take more than a year? Less than a year? Okay. I'm getting around 6 months.
Okay.
Now,
all right.
The caveat to that, Beverly, is don't get into that forceful, straining, pressure. You want to stay in the flow. So yes, today the energy is good, and 4, 5, 6 months, somewhere around there, you could flow into marriage, but you need to stay in that flowing energy, if that makes sense.
It makes a whole lot of sense. And then my other question is, I have a pending legal matter. How successful will I be with that in a time frame?
Okay. So for Beverly, will she be successful with this pending legal matter? That's not looking so good, Beverly. So if it's not looking good, do you still need a time frame?
Should I step out of it then?
Okay.
Or
would it be,
leave it to a time frame?
Would it be an optimal choice to just let it go? Yeah, let it go. The sooner the better is what I'm feeling, because it's a negative energy space. And that's probably, that negative energy would negatively impact moving into your business.
Okay, wonderful. And my last one, Deborah, thank you for all the previous. Is there a message from my guides?
Okay. Is there anything you'd like to share with Beverly today? They're just embracing you. They're all standing around you, giving you this huge bear hug. And it feels like that was something you really needed. That's why they're doing it. So as they're standing there, they're all lighting up with this amazing golden white energy that's flowing all around, through, over, under. You're all encased in it. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. Thank you. I'm looking
Yeah.
for a good, successful close of 2021 and an exciting 2022.
Yeah.
Thank you, Deborah.
You're welcome.
Thank you for all you do.
Okay. Endowments, you're up. What's your question?
Hello.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you fine.
First of all, you have fantastic background.
Oh,
Absolutely
thank you.
love it today. I have a couple of questions, some quick ones. And the first one, as usual, is to my guides, am I doing okay in my life so far?
Okay. So for endowments, is he on track? Yep. You're on track. You're moving forward. It's feeling like it's flowing pretty well.
Yeah, that's good. And the next one is a little bit, I need to explain that about a month or two ago, I got invitation to my sister's wedding, and I had kind of like intuition. I was like, no, I don't want to go. And also involving because it's a trip with a plane, and it means testing and probably self-isolating, and kind of like I couldn't understand that. Do I want to go through that or not? But I had intuition. I was like, no, not this time, maybe. But then I talked with a friend, and she kind of like, no, come, and you can stay at mine, and kind of like I started to talk myself into it. But with my partner, we decided like, no, I'm not going. I'm still listening my intuition. But a couple of days ago, I had a questioning from my native Latvians, and they want to have an interview with me. And one of the girls, she said even twice in the general, like, no, maybe you should come to the sister's wedding. So my question is, how my guides see, shall I go or not? Is this trip optimal? Yeah.
Yeah. Good with the language. Yes. So for endowments, would it be an optimal choice to attend his sister's wedding? If you want to, yes. Comes up as a big yes.
Okay.
But if you don't want to, then it doesn't matter. Don't do it.
No, there is side of me which wants. It's just I'm a bit kind of like not scared, but a bit like worried about all of the tests and nose swabs and
the thing
going
about
to
it
the
is,
airports and
it's a hassle, right? It's going to be a hassle. But if you go into it with the energy that it's going to be a hassle, then it will be worse. So go into it with this beautiful, loving energy that you're going to celebrate your sister's beginning of her new life, and that will help everything to flow with more ease.
Go with ease.
Yeah, as you're going, always look for the easiest path and just keep flowing.
Yes, that thank you for that. And hey boys, sorry for my dogs.
No, that's okay.
But when we had a private session about my soul introduction, I was asking a question about my sight in the left eye, and your answer was clarity and clarity. And later I kind of like got another question. I was like, can my guides maybe say which direction I should look for clarity? Like what it would be, maybe, is it more meditation? Is it more maybe reading? Or is there anything from guides as an impulse, as a direction?
What can you share with endowments about clarity? Where does he find it? What does he do? It's more of that breathe, relax, allow energy. Because if you're trying to force it or you're being frenetic and looking for it, it will elude you. It's when you relax and flow, allow it to come to you. And it may come in signs from nature. It may come from just intuitive hits that you get. It can come
Yeah.
from lots of places. So it's being in that state of awareness about things that suddenly catch your attention. And
Yeah,
they
yeah,
can
yeah.
be tiny little things. But the way that you know is all of a sudden, it's just like, wow, I just noticed that microphone sitting there and I hadn't been looking at it before. Why am I now noticing it? It's that minute. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely. I know that feeling. Yes,
Yes. So
I
when
can
you
read
tune,
those little ones. Yeah.
yeah, when you tune into that and you find all those little things that are popping up in your awareness, it's not random.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Think
Because
about
I
how
have
it's
this
connected.
feeling of knowing. It's just like a couple days ago, I was just kind of like doing nothing and then just looked at the coffee machine and it has a digital display and it was showing 5:55.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just knowing that's a sign for you. And it was
Yes.
also first time in my life when I saw something like that.
So did you look
It
up
was,
the meaning?
yes,
Okay.
and the meaning was that it's direct. It's my guides or spirits directly talking with me and saying that the life will take shift. Just go with the flow, and it will, all will fall into the places. And I've been actually thinking about like how I can shift my consciousness into soul level living instead of human being, kind of like in a 5D. And it was nice, kind of like a impulse, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So two things
and
that came up while you were saying that. And the first is that maybe this trip to your sister's wedding is connected with this new direction that you're taking, the clarity you're seeking. And the other thing is when you start noticing all these tiny little things, life feels more magical, which makes you feel better. Your energy shifts, and then you find more magical things, and it just keeps building and building.
it is true. I completely agree with you. Yeah, because yeah, just not just seeing it more, but little by little getting more open, and especially after our private session, which a lot of change within my own. Like I'm more confident, for example, now. I know my purpose in general, but yeah, I feel how I just naturally open up to those
Yeah.
little knowings, I would call them. Yeah, like some people would say messages or signs, but I call them like inner knowings.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
the cool thing about it is think about how many of those happen during a day. That's how involved your guides are in your life. That's
yeah,
phenomenal when you think about that.
it is. It is. Sometimes there is more, sometimes it's less. I think it depends how much I am open or thinking
Yeah.
about something or letting to come to me. Yeah, but
Yeah, because they're throwing out the breadcrumbs all the time to get your attention.
yeah,
You miss a lot of them. We all do. Part of the journey is learning to tune into that, being more present in the moment,
yeah,
noticing sooner, taking action sooner.
yeah. That's it. Yeah, it's interesting that you mentioned trip to the sister wedding might be somehow connected with the new start, because when the guys said that they want to take interview from me, and the interview is from me as a bisexual man, but
Mhm.
also wanting children. And in Latvia, we have big issue about natural families, and they talked with me, and they really liked my perspective of life and well, all of my spirituality and that lot. And when I saw that 5-5, I was like, I think these two somehow is connected.
Yeah,
More being more open is going to allow me to get some quicker, kind of like yeah.
yeah.
So
Time to stop hiding and come out into the light. Share your gifts.
yeah. That one small, really quick question was because there is kind of like perception, but I want to know from guides' perspective that some people say that left side is, let's say, feminine, or right side of the body is masculine. And I have a feeling that my left side might be feminine side of me. Can we ask this to my guides?
Okay. So for Dalmans, is the left side the feminine side for him? No.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know what science says about that, but your guides say no.
Okay.
Does it matter?
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking from perspective. If it's my left eye, and if I know that I need some more clarity, and if it's not, if my left body side is a masculine energy, this means I need to open to the masculine type of kind of like look into life, if you know what I mean. So
I think you're
doesn't
making it too hard.
Yeah.
Why, you know, why do you have to split left and right and do all that analysis? Why can't you be whole and function from that space?
Yeah.
Right.
I never thought that way. You're right.
We're moving into oneness. So
Yeah.
focusing
Yes.
on one side or the
Exactly.
other feels wrong to me.
Yeah. You are right. It is about oneness. Yeah. I just got a kind of like this little thing that's old news, as some people say, this left and right side.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. I got calmness now. The last is just, is there anything else my guides want to tell me?
Okay. Anything else you want to share with Domins? They're saying just keep going. And they're doing it in an exaggerated fashion, like they're exhausted from trying to help you move. And it's like, oh, let's get going already. So yeah.
Okay.
The
I
more you
think I
tune
know
in-
what they mean. I
Yeah.
think I know what they mean.
Okay.
I've been hesitating a bit lately. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you're exhausting them.
Oh, thank you. Thank you
You're
a lot.
welcome. More flow.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. Okay, Catherine, are you still here?
Hey, Deborah, hi. How are you?
Hi, great.
Good.
How are you?
Good. Great to talk with you again. I really am just looking for general advice or messages from my guides, but also one thing, and I feel this feels a bit weird. I was doing a little bit of a meditation, and this alien-like creature just suddenly appeared with yellow bulging eyes, and I just wanted to know, is that just my imagination, or is it anything?
Okay, that's a great question. So for Catherine, this alien being with the bulging eyes, was that her imagination? No, it was not. Okay. So was it a message? I'm getting that it was a vision of a being from your home planet bringing you a message. So you don't want to force it, of course, but just go into meditation and don't be afraid. Invite that being to come and share with you, because if they want to come and bring you information, that's awesome, but you don't need to be afraid.
Okay. And any other messages?
It's weird.
Yeah, I know. It's really weird.
You know?
I see lots of animals and spirit animals and things like that, but this scared me. But something I hadn't seen before, yellow bulging eyes.
Yeah. You know, sometimes they come in these weird shapes and forms just to amuse us.
Yeah.
So it might come to you in a different form, a different time. So I wouldn't get too carried away with the shape and form. Don't worry about that. It's the energy and what they're bringing to you.
Okay, great. That's good.
So do you have anything else to share with Catherine? They're saying, yeah, that's the ticket. Just flow with it. They want to connect with you and you're ready. You're ready to receive. So just allow. And when you get into that place where you're wondering whether it's your imagination, if it feels kind of good, go with it. It's your guides. And so what if you're wrong occasionally? As long as it feels good, doesn't matter. But most of the time when that happens, it really is your guides trying to connect. And we all miss a lot of opportunities because we think, oh, I'm just making that up. That's one of the things we talk about in my Learning to Read class, because we can ask, we can stop, and we can, as I'm dowsing now, we can douse the question, and you learn how to do that in the class. So you can ask, am I just making this up? Is it my guides?
Okay.
And then you don't have to wait trying to figure it out and making yourself crazy. You can move on.
Okay, I just need to figure out the message then after that.
It'll come. Just, again, be in the flow with it.
Okay. Anything else then? That's it. No advice or anything?
Anything else you want to share with Catherine? Just relax and breathe, because that's how you get the messages.
Brilliant. Okay. Thank you so much, Deborah.
You're welcome. Okay, Marley.
Morning, Miss Deborah.
Good
Thank you for
morning.
being here for us today.
Oh, my pleasure.
A couple of things. I just this last month started back on psychotropics after a 4-year break. And this upcoming week, I will be meeting with my prescribing doctor to decide. So these are my questions. Is this the right med? Am I on the right dosage? Should I go ahead and increase the dosage? It's a medicine I've taken in the past. I've taken it by itself, and I've also taken it in conjunction with another medicine that deals with another head issue. So basically, I just like to know, am I on the right track? I was hesitant. I was resistant to get on head meds again after the break, but I'm feeling like I need them right now. But that might just be my anxieties wanting to grasp onto something that's, maybe there's a better way for me. I don't know. So
let's start with the first part. So is it an optimal choice? It's Mara, not Mara, right?
It's Mara Lee.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Mara Lee.
So for Mara Lee, is it an optimal choice to take this psychotropic now? I get a yes on that. Okay. The dosage that she's presently taking, is that optimal? No. Would it be optimal to increase? Yes. Okay. And would it be optimal to combine this drug with something else? No. It's good as it is.
Okay, perfect. That's what I was getting in spirit, but I just wanted to verify. I have also recently started with therapy. At my age, believe it or not, I'm still dealing with what I would call mother issues from a traumatic childhood. As I'm going through therapy and beginning with therapy, that is one way to perhaps deal with decades old issues. But I'm wondering if there's anything that I can do in spirit. I have never wanted to connect with my mother. I've never wanted to talk to her. I've never wanted to have anything to do with her. But I'm wondering if there's something that I can do in spirit that would help not necessarily speed up the process, but at my age, I just want the issues dealt with. What can I do in conjunction with traditional therapy?
Okay. So for Marilee, what would you guide her to do to facilitate healing this relationship with her mother? They're saying, let it go. Don't worry about it, because it's like picking at a scab. The more you worry about it, the more inflamed it gets and the angrier it gets. So you get into that state of breathe, relax, allow. When those thoughts about the relationship and the past come up, bless them, swipe the screen and move them away. Move on to something happy. Focus on happy thoughts.
Okay.
You
So
can't change her, but you can stop torturing yourself with those memories.
right. It's not so much torturing myself with memories. It's setting up lifelong patterns as my way to compensate for my childhood. And those are the issues that traumatize me or that I need to deal with today. Yeah. So I was just wondering if I what I could release about my childhood that might help facilitate a growth.
Well, one thing you could try, if you can't stop thinking about unhappy memories, you can try to rewrite the story, because you are the creator of your reality. So what if you sat down and you wrote the story of Marilee the way you wanted her childhood to be, and whenever those bad thoughts come up, you switch to the happy story that you wrote?
Okay,
Try
I could do that.
See how that feels.
I can do that. I can certainly. It's like I'm grasping at straws. I want something. I just want this part of my life. I want to be healthy and whole. And this is like a taproot. The therapist said, this is your taproot. This is what needs to be dealt with. Okay, that's so wonderful. Thank you for that. Anything else? Any just general messages?
Anything else for Marilee? They're blowing you kisses and sending you lots of love and telling you really can do this. And when you get into that place where you're feeling that despair, I'm seeing you on your knees just sobbing. They're telling you that they're all standing around you. filling you with love during those times. So when you feel that despair, lift your energy up just a little bit to acknowledge and feel their presence. That will help you to get out of that dark place faster.
Thank you. Thank you. I am on my knees sobbing a lot, and anything that I can do to just lengthen the time in between or just mitigate the intensity. Thanks for all of that. That it all makes sense. And I will work on that.
When you're in that
Thank you.
moment and you feel that, the quicker you realize that they're all right there filling you with love, the faster you'll get out of it. And what'll happen is over time, when you rinse and repeat, you'll get quicker at bouncing out of that energy. So it's
Perfect.
it's practice.
Practice. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for
You're
all you do.
welcome.
Thank you.
You're
Cheers.
welcome. Rebecca.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. First, I wanted to thank you all because there is a wonderful energy and I really feel great. So thank you to you all. Okay. So first, I asked for signs to know what to do next year. And I kept hearing to go to Canada. So I don't know what to do with that, but I would like to know what is the optimal month to go there? On what month? Yeah.
Okay. So for Rebecca, is it optimal to go to Canada? Yes. And would it be optimal to go in this calendar year, 2021? Okay. So within 3 months? Longer. Okay. So that would be July, August, September. So after September? Okay. So October? November? Oh, November comes up as optimal. What about December? November's better.
Okay.
So if you can
Thank
go
you.
in November, but going
yeah.
is an optimal choice. So, you know, if you have to have flexibility about the timeline, that's not so.
No, it's that I don't have anything planned for next year, so I just decided to like follow my intuition for a year and see what's coming. So I think in November it will be Canada. I have one more question. I feel like I have something with Joan of Arc. I don't know if you know this old figure. So I was just curious to know if I have something connected to her or something.
Okay. So for Rebecca, is there a past life connection with Joan of Arc? Okay. Was she present during that lifetime? I'm getting that you were Joan of Arc.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Okay.
Not your imagination. It was coming up for a reason.
Wow. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Est-ce que tu veux un message ou pas? Okay. And I'm with my sister, and she was just asking if her guides has anything to say to her. Her name is Mao.
Mao. I remember that.
Yeah,
Mao.
Mao.
Okay, so for Mao, is there any guidance? I'm seeing this turquoise blue. So what is that, water? Yeah, water. So like the tropical beaches? That's the color of it. So are you saying she needs to go to tropical beaches? That would be a great choice for her.
Okay, thank you.
You're
Thank you very
welcome.
much. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're so welcome. Thanks for being here. Charmaine.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. So glad to be connecting with you across the globe.
Likewise.
Yes, I have a question. I seem to have so many blocks financially, and there is a large payment due to my family, and now it's gone into a legal matter. What can my guides say about a time frame, or would it be this year or next year that we should be receiving this money?
Okay, so for Charmaine, is it highly likely she'll receive the money this year? What about next year, 2022? Yes. Would it be in the first half of the year? The second half of the year. Okay. So third quarter? I get a yes on third quarter next year.
All right.
So it's
That
kind of
sounds
a
okay.
long drawn out thing.
Yes. Yeah, it's gone into a legal issue. My next question is, I would love to know who are my guides?
Okay. So are there any guides that want to step forward for Charmaine? There's one called Toodles, who of course has a great sense of humor and this kind of talks in a high voice and wears a top hat and is just real silly like a clown. Anybody else?
Toodles?
Toodles, uh-huh. Like toodaloo, you know, goodbye. So Toodles.
Toodaloo.
Yeah, anybody else want to talk to Charmaine? No, that's the only one that's willing to come through with an identity.
All right, I have one more question.
Okay.
Can my guide tell me something about my mom and myself? You know, we seem to be alone, taking care of each other. She's 90. And what can Toodles tell me?
Okay. So what can you share with Charmaine about her mom and herself living together now? Well, they're just sending you a lot of love and saying that they understand that sometimes it's hard, but it's such a blessing that you have each other. So just treasure the days because you have a deep connection. Did they have a past life together? Yeah, you did. That's why you're so connected to her.
Right. What can they say about my health issues? You know, I seem to be having a lot of issues. Is it emotionally tied up?
Okay. Are the health
Are my
issues,
emotions
are the health issues connected to emotions? I get a no on that. So is she presently doing the best that she can for these health issues? No, there's more you can do. So would that be doctors? More doctors? No. I'm hearing herbs. I don't know if you've explored herbs at all, but herbs are coming up as a really good choice for you.
All right. That's what I've been using. Yes.
Oh, great. Okay. So look into that some more because it's feeling like there's something you haven't tried yet. Maybe, you know, I think Ayurveda uses herbs a lot. So look into that and see if you can find some help.
Ayurveda?
Ayurveda. Uh-huh.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Rebecca, you're still in shock there, I can see. That's so funny. Okay, next up is number 344231, if you're still here.
Hello, it's Johanna. That was me.
Hi, Johanna. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. What's your question today?
I got a couple. One is that I've been having visions for a few months now of different various things. And I was wondering, is that going to increase? Is my third eye getting stronger?
Okay, so what can you tell Johanna about the visions? Will she be getting more? Yes, if you want them, of course. That's the caveat. You have to want them. And
correct. Yes.
Does this mean her third eye is opening? I get a no on that. Does that mean her third eye is not open? No, it just is. They're saying that's not the focus that you need to be worried about. It's just flowing with the visions, allowing them, and then doing something with them, you know, because when you get them, what do you do about them? Do you take action? Do you record them? What are you doing with them?
Well, one was of an ET, one was of Jesus, one was of my living brother, and one was a cat a cat that's supposedly here in my area. But when I realize it, then it doesn't. Well, I fixed my brother because he was coming to see me immediately after I had that that vision with him. It was daytime. He was pacing back and forth, and that was like a month ago, and he needed to come and tell me some stuff. And so I understood that. I understood the Jesus one. The cats I don't understand. and then I had an ET, which I was already told that they were here to heal me because I have a really, really rare liver disease. I think in my area in New England, there's only been 2 other people that they know that had it. So there's no, they can't find the reason. And I was then told that they were the tall whites and the Arcturians were coming at night to heal me, because I've been out on the realm of my whole life healing people, I guess during my sleep.
Yeah, that does happen. And
So-
Arcturians are known to be healers, so that makes sense. So you don't know what the cat vision is about, but if you write it down in a lot of detail and you save it, then probably over time you'll get more visions, which will be like puzzle pieces, and you'll start to see the bigger picture. That's why I ask if you're writing it down or recording it in some fashion. That's important.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah. But just keep going.
Sleep patterns. So just keep going. How do I, someone asked me if I was talking to them, and I says, well, it doesn't get that far to talk to the person in my vision. So the one with Jesus, I had just done Reiki, and I had asked about, I was wondering how my brother was healing on the other side. That's my other brother who's crossed over. And then I got a vision of Jesus, and he turned and looked at me. He was sitting on a rock in a white robe, and he smiled. So that I took that as if, yes, he is healing over there. And then it vanished.
Yeah. Well, you are talking
Okay.
to them,
And how
of
about,
course, you know, and you can keep talking to them. That's fine. Just allow it to evolve, because what you're experiencing now is going to be different from what you experience after you've had more practice. It will expand
okay.
over time.
Oh,
Just allow it to expand in its own time.
okay. And I'm awake. I'm not sleeping well. So I don't know that I was once told that was because they were coming and trying to heal me at night, but I don't know. So I want you to
So
wonder
let's
what your
ask,
opinion was.
what can you tell Johanna about the sleep patterns? Is it because the Arcturians are visiting her in her sleep? No. Is it a physical thing? Are you under stress, or do you have a stressful life? Because I'm getting stress.
I have this rare disease that they're working on. So, but I'm not really stressed about it because I feel I'm going to be okay.
So it's
that it's manageable.
It's
You
the
know
body
what I'm
that's
saying?
okay. Yeah. So would it be helpful if she took something to help her sleep? Yeah. Okay. So there are natural remedies you can take to help you sleep. I don't know if you've tried any of those, but there's a whole host of things that you can try that are not contraindicated or conflicting with anything else you might be taking. So it could be that. Also, you can tell your guides, listen, I need to get a good night's sleep. So could you please leave me alone and let me sleep? And they will honor that request. You don't have to have them coming in the middle of the night.
That's what I had. That's what I did a couple
Good.
of times. Yeah. I says,
Yeah.
you know, whoever this is, you need to let me sleep.
Yeah. Well,
and
take it a step
I
further.
was told I was a
ask them-
star seed. Could you tell me where I'm from?
No, that I can't tell you because I have to research it in the records, and I can't do that in this
I
format.
can't hear you.
You can't hear me now?
Oh no.
I can hear you. You're fine.
Looks like my
It's
mic.
gotta be your speaker.
Hang on a sec.
I can hear you, Deborah.
Hello.
It's got to be her speaker.
I can hear you now.
You hear me now?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Where was I?
I lost my train of
My
thought.
ET collect. I was wondering where I was from. My collective.
Right. I have to look that up. I have to research it in the records, so I don't do that on these kind of calls.
Oh, okay. Oh,
You
okay.
are
Okay.
probably a starseed, or you wouldn't be here.
I know that I am a
We've
star
talked
seed
about
already, but okay.
Yeah, because starseeds are the ones who come
Yes,
to these kind of
yes.
calls. You know, the Earthborn are not
Yeah.
interested.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. That's it. Thank you very much.
Beth, finally got to you.
Hi, how are you, Deborah?
Terrific. How are you?
Good. It's good to see you.
Likewise. Trying to find you here.
So
there you are.
so
My question is, any messages from my guides?
Okay. So anything you want to share with Beth today? They're dancing the can and celebrating. So is there something going on in your life about celebrating?
Not really.
Okay. So are you trying to say that something is coming up for celebration? Oh, they're saying just being alive is cause for celebration. So what they want you to know is being in that energy of celebrating your glorious, magnificent life. That is a good thing to do because that will positively impact on all of your life and all those who are around you. So more celebrating.
Awesome.
Yeah. Anything else you want to share with Beth? So they're giving you a standing ovation and their fingers are pointing down this path and they're saying you're on the right path. So if you had any doubts about that, let it go. Stop stop second guessing yourself. Flow with it. You're doing great.
That's nice to hear.
Yeah. Anything else? You still there?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. No, that was it.
Okay.
Thank you, Deborah.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
I'm going to put the link for the class in the chat again. So if anybody's interested in checking out learning to read your Akashic records, I'm also going to give you the link to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you will get the notification when I upload this video. It's probably going to be tomorrow, guys, because I spent 13 hours yesterday creating that Elvis video that didn't get uploaded until, I don't know, 9:30 or something. So that was something else. It was a great video. I hope you'll watch it because it was a fascinating conversation with Elvis and finding out that he was actually a real, honest to goodness king in a past life. And the way that those two lives connected, it was just amazing. So I hope you'll check that out. What else? Do I have anything? Oh, I want to share with you also the access prayer to the Akashic records, because we were talking about that on one other gathering, and I don't think I had the link handy for you. So there's the link for the access prayer. So truly, you don't need the prayer to get into the records, but when you're a beginner, the prayer helps because it shifts your energy and it also builds your confidence. So it's one of those things that will help you out when you're first starting. And we do use that in the class, by the way. So let's see, who do we have next? Dave, there you are. You have an easy question. Okay.
Well, I have a few easy questions, I guess.
Okay.
So my sister has been having dreams of my dad, and she sees in the dream she sees a book of stamps, but they're like clear stamps, and she's not quite sure what that means. And we've all racked our brains to try and figure it out, but we're not sure. So the first one is if my dad has any messages that he's trying to get across.
Okay. So for Dave and his sister, what do those stamps mean? Is that a message? It is a message. Okay. So can you give us some guidance on what that message is about? He says, stamp of approval, honey. My stamp of approval.
Stamp of approval.
I don't know if that means anything, but that's what I'm hearing.
All right. Well, hopefully it'll mean something for her.
Yeah. And I'm hearing blessing. So it's like, even though he's gone, he wants you to know he's still watching and still giving the stamp of approval and blessing on your life, wanting only the best. So sending lots of love and blessings.
Good. Thank you. And then the next one is my daughter is thinking about getting a car. It's a good deal. But spending any kind of money is tough. So I guess she wants to know if she should be getting the car.
Okay. So is it the optimal choice to get the car for Dave's daughter? And the time frame is now? Yes. Time frame is now. It's an optimal choice.
Okay, good. And then, I'm on this spiritual path that I'm going through.
Mhm.
Well, I guess, is it just the right path that I'm on? I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's happening, and I'm trying to trust, like intuition and go with the flow and just accept things. So it feels like it's the right thing to do. I guess, do my guides have any comments or messages about it?
Yeah, I'm hearing this or something better. So you always want to set your intention for this or something better, allowing them to expand upon your vision of what's better for you.
Okay.
So what else can you tell Dave about this spiritual journey?
Because that vision is getting clearer and clearer as
I'm getting thumbs up on the spiritual journey, so you're on the right track. Keep going. Okay, anything else you want to share about that? Oh, they're saying, don't worry about it. As long as your energy is in the flow, you're good. It's when you get into that staticky, sticky place that you need to stop, look around, pay attention, and figure out what needs to change.
Okay.
That's your compass. That tells you that you're out of alignment in some place, that you need to make a correction. You need to take some new action. But as long as you're in the flow, just keep going with what feels good.
Okay. Do my guides have any names or anything? I heard you mention earlier, so yeah, why not?
Yeah. Okay. Anybody on Dave's team want to identify themselves?
Or if they have anything special, that they want to mention.
Okay. So anything you want to share with him, or anybody want to identify themselves? So one is calling themselves Charlie Brown.
Okay.
And is there anything else you want to share?
That's probably my dad.
Okay. Is that dad who's calling himself Charlie Brown? Yeah. That's funny. Okay. Yeah. So anything else? Sending you lots of love and kisses and letting you know that you worry too much. More relaxation and flowing, less worrying. Because when you're in that worry energy, it's like you're putting on the brakes in your life. You're slowing everything down. And you know what happens if you keep the brakes on when you're going downhill? You burn them out, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So avoid burnout. Take your foot off the brake.
That's me.
Cruise through life.
Yep, I'm getting there. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Melinda. Finally, we got to Melinda.
Oh, it's all good. I couldn't get in at first. I don't know what the problem was.
That's okay.
Yes.
Good to see you.
It was good to it's good to see you too.
Thank you.
And I was wondering, of course, very thankful. Of course. But I was wondering if my son Beva is wanting to give either myself any messages or his 3 young children, if he has any messages for them.
Okay. So Bubba, do you have a message for your mom? Oh, he's calling you mommy today. It's feeling like you need a little extra love and care, and he wants to express it. So he's saying mommy. And oh wow, he's embracing you, Melinda. Just giving you the biggest bear hug. Yeah, I can feel it flowing from him. So heart to heart. He wants to help you heal your heart. What else? Oh, he's stroking your hair. Yeah. He just wants to make sure that you feel the love so that you don't feel left out.
No, I feel his love, and I feel him coming up and holding me sometimes.
Yeah. He's saying that's real. So know that that's real, and you can call him anytime you need a dose of that love, some bubble love to help you get through the rough days. So is there anything you want to share with your children? Are you able to see them now, Melinda?
No, she's not. I mean, I raised them for the 3.5 years, right? And then the judge thought it was time that she might be able to and capable. and she was supposed to allow me. It was supposed to be like it was supposed to be switched. You know what I mean? Almost.
Yeah.
But like, because the last few months she was allowed to see him over the weekend, and I had him through the week. You know, and so it was almost like it was supposed to be switched. That I was supposed to spend time with them on the weekend, and she had him through the week. But she's just not right at, you know what I mean? And
Yeah. So what I'm hearing, Melinda, is just stay in that place of love. Don't go into that place of anger and judgment. Let that go. When you get into that energy of love and flow, things are going to work out, because what I'm feeling is that it's not going to be very long before she gets tired of having them around all the time, and she's going to practically be begging you to give her a break. So you will be seeing them again. So don't worry about that. But what Bubba was saying for the kids is he wanted to give them the same message he gave you, that he's always around. And when they feel that loneliness and missing him, all they have to do is picture in their heads that daddy is right there holding them tight.
yeah,
giving them so much
they
love.
had one time, because they would talk to him, you know, and Xander said, Daddy's at all four corners of the house and he's protecting us, you know. So they had an open line, you know what I mean? Whenever they had a question or whatever, you know, they would just talk to him, you know, and I thought it was a beautiful thing. But that was one of the things that the mother brought up to court, was like, she's allowing them to talk to their dead dad, you know, and different things like that. And I just, because I don't know, people just don't understand.
It's okay. What they're saying is let that go. Don't worry about it. It's all going to come together and work out. And Bubba just wants the kids to know he's always there for them. No matter what anybody else tells them, he's there for them and he's always sending them love. So anytime they need him, all they have to do is call and he'll be right there.
I try not to have, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I truly try not to have any kind of hard feelings to her, because I know we're all just in our own way, right where we're at.
Yeah, and your guides are saying, stop being so hard on yourself, Melinda. Just do the best you can. That's all anybody expects. Just the best you can, one step at a time. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So don't beat yourself up. You're doing fine. And those kids are going to come back.
Yes. I feel that. I do feel that. And it's almost sometimes like I hear him crying. And she's saying, you have another grandma, but the other grandma, she already made him move out. She only could take him for like a week and a half. And she said, you got to go, you know? I mean, it's just, I feel so bad for the kids. That's
It's
my
okay.
problem.
They're strong because you have taught them and you've nurtured them. So trust that they're okay and they can feel you sending them love. So just keep sending love energy to them.
Okay. Okay. I've been about the last week, horrible pain right here, like, and I don't know what that is.
Okay. So what can you tell Melinda about this pain on the top of her head? Is it something that needs medical attention? So have you been seen by a doctor?
No, not for this. I'm
getting a yes that it does need medical attention. So it's wise to get it checked out.
Okay. I mean, I know you're not a doctor or anything. I thought I might just be meditating too much.
Oh no, you can't meditate too much.
Okay.
Yeah, but definitely it's wise to get it checked out. You know, sometimes we can heal things with energy work and it doesn't hurt to use energy work, but it's always wise to take care of the third dimensional issues. So at least see the doctor to find out whether there's anything that needs to be looked at.
Okay.
But it doesn't hurt to do the energy work in addition to.
Yeah, I've been calling in the medics. So
yeah, I had a friend who had to go in for one of those Roto-Rooter things that they do in the heart when it's blocked. I forget what they call that, but myself and another person did EFT on her for about an hour for heart issues and blockages. When she went in for the procedure, she didn't need the procedure. So
Good.
miracles can happen, energy can heal, but
Yes.
we want to be sensible and see the doctor and make sure that there's not something there.
Okay, thank you.
You're so welcome.
Thank you,
Take care of
Deborah.
yourself.
Thank you also. Thank you.
Thank you. Francisca, welcome. I saw you just signed up late last night. So excited you could be here.
Yes, it's nice to be here. I just found out about you yesterday, invited by my friend.
Wonderful.
And yes. So I do have a few questions. Out of curiosity, I wanted to know, like, how many lifetimes do I have? Was I in the Lemuria part-time? Because I felt kind of lately drawn to Lemuria, the symbols.
Lemuria, okay.
Lemuria.
So, Francisca, how many lifetimes has she had? 3,628. And was she in Lemuria in a past life? No, you were not one of the people in Lemuria. But you've had many other exciting lives. And if you're drawn to it, that's okay, because it's just you're studying more on your spiritual journey. And there was a lot of amazing advancements and spiritual enlightenment that took place in Lemuria. So it's a great subject to study.
Okay, good. And then another question is, about 8 months ago, I got myself a Moldavite rock. And that was like, it started around October, November. And since then, it feels like a lot of things has been unveiled in front of my eyes. Like what I thought was to be the truth, it was the lie, vice versa. And so I've seen weird stuff. I like downloads. And so I'm still, like looking at the world differently now. But this year, I've been, I don't know, the word twin flame come to my mind a lot. And this year, like every morning, I wake up feeling like a twin flame on me, like hugging me and saying, I love you. And I mean, I'm single, but I just sense it. And I feel, like I have an idea who it is because we're connected on social media, Facebook and Instagram. So 2 months ago, I just spontaneously reached out to a psychic, and she did say that he was my twin flame and that he has a tattoo. And I was just curious what kind of tattoo she's talking about, because there are two that have tattoos that I have in mind.
I'm sorry, I blitzed out for. So you want to ask if he has those tattoos?
Well, the psychic told me he had a tattoo. My twin flame was gonna be my husband by next year, and I was curious about what kind of tattoo, because there are actually two men that have tattoo that I have in mind.
Oh, okay. So for
I'm
friends,
not in any relationship. It's just we do follow each other on social media.
So this person with the tattoo, is this an optimal relationship for Francisca? Yeah, okay. So there are two of them. Does she know which one is the optimal choice? They're saying you already know which one is better. But they're also saying very playfully, don't limit yourself, babe. Why not enjoy yourself? Have a good time. Spend time with each of them and see which one you enjoy being with the most. And that whole thing about twin flame, it's a little bit of a misnomer, and it leads people astray sometimes, because you get this idea in your head that there's this one special person you've got to be with or you won't be happy. And that's nonsense. You've had over 3,000 lifetimes. How many people do you suppose you've had relationships with in all those lifetimes? You can't limit it to just one person. The odds are way against that you'd be with that same person in every single lifetime. Just isn't going to happen. So there are multiple options for great relationships. Don't limit yourself. Make sense?
Yeah, I got it. But for this one here, I do feel like I have a mission with him for this world. So that's the only thing I if it was for me, I would be single, but something tells me no, I did not come here to be single. I'm here to be with God. Has somebody for me in place that I'm gonna fulfill a mission
Yeah.
for the, and that's what I.
So this one guy that you fulfill the mission with, do you know which one that is? So I can ask about that?
I dream all the time, but I'm like, nah, can't be.
Okay. So the one she thinks it is that the one who is her optimal partner? Yes. And that's for the mission they're going to do together. Okay. And does that mean that they will marry? Is that an optimal choice for them to marry? No, see, I'm not getting it's a marriage relationship. I'm getting it's like a partnership. Oops, sorry. Yeah. So it's like a partnership. And does that mean they want to keep romance out of it? Yeah. So it's like you don't want to confuse things with romance. You want to do that mission, absolutely. But if you bring romance into it, then it's going to get complicated. So there's somebody else out there, probably multiple somebody else's, that you can have an optimal long-term relationship with. This particular guy is not the one, but he is coming up to you because you are connected by that mission that you want to fulfill.
I got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
One more question.
Uh-huh.
About my son. He's 20. He moved out 2 weeks ago, and he seems to be more distant with me since he's with this girlfriend. She's 19, and so he's been avoiding my phone calls and my texts, and he doesn't even want me to know where he lives. So what can I do as a mother to break that wall? Like, I don't even know what I did wrong, and he won't talk to me. And he was good. I mean, I just know the last 4 years he has changed, and I don't know whether it was the puberty, but I do feel like there's something like a disconnect on his end, and I don't know how to break that wall.
Yeah. You know that quote about if you love something, let it go. If it comes back, it was yours. If not, it wasn't. The thing with children is they go through this stage where they have to separate. And for some, it means literal separation. They need that space to step into their adult self. So he's just needing that space right now. If you keep pressing him, you'll push him further away. If instead you take a deep breath and you say, I'm going to trust that you are this amazing being that I raised because I know who you are, and you are going to come through this stage and we will be reunited. So meantime, just keep sending him love, right? Back off, let him do what he's got to do. You can, periodically be in touch with him, but don't be very intense, like not texting every day and calling every day, that kind of thing. You've got to give him that space to stretch his wings. And also know that it seems a lot of times for these kids, when they get into these relationships, it's like an all or nothing. They get very absorbed and everybody else is shut out of their little world. It's a normal thing for many. So don't take it personally. Don't get into that heartbreak thinking he's rejected you, because it's not. It's not a rejection of you. It's temporary. So give him that space.
So let him come to me, right? Just leave him alone.
Yeah, I mean, once in a while you reach out, but birthday, holiday, whatever, you can reach out and say, hello, I love you. But you don't want to do any more than that, because then they pull away even more. You want to let him come back to you.
All right. Thank you. That's all I need to hear today.
Yeah, you're so welcome. Thanks for being here. Okay, Dave, you sent me a message. You have questions, but is that more questions? Or was that from before? And if you've got your hand up and you haven't put question into chat, do that now so I can follow you, because it's hard for me to see the hands. I've only got this little strip at the top of my screen. Okay, so I think we got your questions, Dave, but if not, let me know. I see, Dawn, you put question in, so go ahead and unmute yourself.
Thank you. Good morning, and thank you
Hi.
for doing this. This is the
Yes, you're
first one I've
welcome.
been able to get to, so I'm so excited.
I'm glad you could be here.
Thank you, me too. Is there a possible COVID vaccine coming up that I will be a candidate for? Because I'm currently not a candidate for anything that is available in Arizona or the United States.
Okay. So for Dawn, is there a vaccine coming that she will be a candidate for? I'm getting a no on that, Dawn. So what guidance can you give her in the meantime? They're saying, don't worry. Don't worry about it. Stay in your flow, keep your energy good, do those things to manage your health, you know, the good diet and exercise and all the basics. I lost you on my screen here. Are you worried about it a lot?
Yes, because I want to go down to Mexico. We are building a home down there, and I cannot see traveling unprotected. I can't be vaccinated, so that worries me. But they're saying, don't worry about it, I'll work out, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And when you get into that worry energy, you make yourself more vulnerable and susceptible. That's why you don't want to be in that energy. When you're in the energy of being that empowered being that you are, that magnificent soul, that gives you some protection.
Okay. On kind of a sidebar of that, is there a time that it would be optimal for us to build a income producing property down in Mexico?
Okay. So for Dawn, is it an optimal choice to build an income producing property in Mexico? Yes. Okay, so can you give her an idea on the timeline? Is that the calendar year 2021, 2022? Okay. First half of 2022, second half of, okay. So third quarter, fourth quarter. Yeah, so fourth quarter 2022. So it's a ways away.
Okay.
And that might be connected to the fact that, you know, medically there are things in the way right now because we don't know if something might be coming. Or perhaps by the end of 2022, the virus will have gotten so eliminated that it's not even an issue anymore.
Is there a possibility of me going down to Mexico? Because we're trying to build a retirement home right there. And at this point, I mean, I'm trying to do everything via online. It's very difficult to have a home built when you're in a totally different country. So
yeah,
putting aside the second rental property to help give us income down there, is there a time when I can go down to Mexico to pick out the things I need to pick out for this home?
Okay. So when would be an optimal time for Dawn to travel to Mexico? Would that be calendar year 2021? Okay. So would that be the fourth quarter? Okay. So October, November, December. December is what's coming up.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
December would be good. And I'm presuming you can just get a test. And if you're negative, they should let you come in.
They should. Getting back into the United States might be more challenging. But okay, I
Yeah.
so
Well,
appreciate
don't go to that energy though. Stay in the energy that everything always works out for me.
Oh, alrighty.
This or something better. Everything always works out for me. When you stay in that energy, you're going to attract that. So just don't be in worry energy. Allow it all to flow. Know that your guides are all the time working to bring things for you that will facilitate what you're trying to accomplish. So
Thank
we
you.
don't see the answers today. We don't have to. We just need to trust that they're working it all out. And by the time you get there where it's time to go, something will have been made possible for you.
I love that. Can I ask one more tiny question? It may not be so tiny. Do my guides and helpers have any advice for me in regards to my daughter?
Okay. Anything you can share with Dawn about her daughter? I'm feeling something in my stomach. I don't know what that's about. It's like kind of a churning. Are you saying that there's an illness? And is that the daughter? Is she having health issues?
I don't know. We're estranged. We've been estranged for 5 years.
Okay. So is it highly likely that the estrangement will end in the near future? No. Is it possible that it will end someday? Yes. Okay. Can you give us a timeline when it might? Is it more than 5 years? Yeah, it's looking like it's going to be a while.
Okay.
So meantime, just send her love She will feel it whether she's conscious of it or not. That's the best you can do for right now, besides taking care of you.
Okay.
You do what you've got to do to be on your soul journey. Don't put your journey aside because of somebody else's stuff.
Yeah, I have let go of that, but it is my biggest heartache.
Mhm.
So I occasionally, I try at least once a week to send lots of love before I go to bed. Hopefully more than that, but I've been really exhausted lately. And I hope for a someday reunion, but I have put that on the back burner because it's just too exhausting to be constantly rejected. So
And it takes you off your path. So here's
Yeah.
what you can do. Go to my website, akashaunleashed.com. Go to the tab that says meditations. There's one called Connecting with Guides.
Okay.
That leads you through a journey where you meet your guides. So what I want you to do, instead of seeing your guide, see your daughter. You can visit with her, you can touch her, you can talk to her, you can send her love in that vision.
Oh,
that will help your heart, and the energy might just have a positive impact on her.
That sounds awesome. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Okay, Deidre.
Hi, Deborah. How are you doing today?
Great. How are you?
I've been better. I had an issue lately where it's like, it feels like a headache, but worse. Like somebody was pulling my hair out, scratching at my eye. This whole part of my head was like burning. So today, I went to the doctors and all yesterday. Today I saged, I smudged, and I tried to change the energy in my apartment. I was just wondering, is there anything else that I should be doing? If the guides could like give me like any advice or anything like that, even if it's just general.
Okay. So for Deidre, what can you tell her about this health issue? Is it a physical issue, third dimensional? Yeah. Okay. And is it highly likely that the doctors will successfully treat it? Yeah. Okay. So what can you tell her in the meantime? Oh, I'm getting a real strong hit on the Ho'oponopono for you, Deidre. Have you ever done that?
Yeah.
Do the Ho'oponopono. Just when you do it in a kind of a meditative state. So you allow yourself to step out of the pain temporarily. That will make it more powerful. You will feel better. It will give you some relief, but definitely explore, the third dimensional aspect of whatever this thing is.
Since you said,
Meanwhile, the Ho'oponopono.
oh, gotcha. Since you said Ho'oponopono, is there like a person I should be focused on then? Because I know normally with the forgiveness, there's usually in the asking for forgiveness, there's usually a person.
It's you. The Ho'oponopono is all about healing you to heal the world.
Right.
That's the way it works. So when you do it, you're seeing it for yourself.
Okay.
You can do it for other people, but it's always about sending the healing to yourself. It's I'm healing that thing in me that causes this problem in somebody else.
Right. And I guess the somebody else was like what I was curious about.
Well, the somebody else would be you in this case, because it's both for you.
Okay.
Right? Or it could be whatever, if you want to give whatever's going on in your head a name. It could be that's the something rather than somebody, it's something.
Okay.
But feel your way through that, whatever feels best to you. Because when you get into the ceremony of the Ho'oponopono, your intuition will kick in. So if you feel like doing it in a different way, like I combined it with EFT. So I was doing the tapping points, just holding them like acupressure while I went through the Ho'opono prayer.
Okay.
And I chose the points that felt right to me. And in my experience, that was more powerful than doing either one of them separately. But, we all find the thing that works best for us.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Sending you lots of healing, love, and energy for your head.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay. Brianna.
Hello.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. So you typed your question, what steps can you take to guide you to your career purpose?
Yes.
That's it? Okay. So for Brianna, what can you share with her about her career? Is she on track already? It feels like you're going in the right direction. Are you needing to tweak it? Is that the question?
I've been told that I'm supposed to be a tarot reader in the spiritual career path, and I just struggle with connecting with my team.
Okay. Well, when somebody tells you you're supposed to, you always want to take that with a grain of salt, because there is no supposed to in the spiritual world. You're a free choice soul with authority over yourself. So you get to choose. And if that doesn't feel comfortable to you, then don't do it. Do what feels best to you. It's always what feeds your soul. Do that and you will be successful, because you have to be when it feeds your soul. That puts you in the state of manifesting and flow with the energy. So maybe dabbling with those things on the side, if you enjoy it, is fine. And it could expand in the future, but don't put pressure on yourself. Always lean into what feels best for you.
Okay. I have my other question. How many times have I incarnated on Earth?
Okay. So for Brianna, how many lifetimes has she had on Earth? 57.
Oh, wow.
You've been
Thought
here
it
a
was so
while.
much more. Another question. What ancestral karma did my soul volunteer to take responsibility for in this lifetime?
I don't understand the question. I missed the first part.
What ancestral karma did my soul to take responsibility for in this
Ancestral,
lifetime?
that's the word I didn't hear. Okay, so can you tell Brianna about the ancestral karma? They're saying release it all, let it go, because it's not your responsibility. You came in here to deal with your own karma. And also think about this from the ancestral perspective. Ancestral would be your blood relatives going back, right? But every time you incarnate, you're born into a different family, most likely, different bloodlines. So how can ancestral karma have anything to do with your journey? I mean, it can if you let it, but you don't have to let it. It's not your responsibility. It's about clearing up your own karma from past lives, whatever is there that you need to take care of. And you will feel drawn to certain things. So investigate those things, follow that thread, and then resolve them in whatever way feels best to you. But don't allow other people to put obligations on you, because when you do that, you are choosing karma of obligation.
Oh.
Yeah, we're creating our karma in every day by our choices.
Okay. Obligations.
So if you
that makes so much sense.
If you don't want more obligation and responsibility, don't keep choosing it, because the universe looks at you and says, hey, Brianna, babe, I see you really like responsibility and obligation. Here's a bunch more.
Okay, last question is there any messages from my guides for this month? Anything to help me get through this month?
Okay. So what can you share with Brianna to get through this month? Stop the worrying. Get into the flow of the energy. Start making choices that serve you, that make you happy. Stop choosing other people. Don't put all these other people before you, because when you do that, you are actually not helping them in the way you think you are, and you're hurting yourself. So put you first, which allows you to be more empowered, to be more, and then you've got more to give to the world. So take that lid off, soar, empower yourself. You first always, just like the oxygen mask, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Kate Grace, go ahead.
Hi, Deborah. It's Katharina.
Katharina, hi.
Hi, how are you? I just made it in time. I'm so glad. So my question is, I have a lot going on. I would really love some guidance from my guides. My father is very sick. He's in a different country. I'm in the US right now. I've been hoping to go over and visit him, but he's asking me not to at the moment, even though he's quite critically ill. He wants some time before family come over. I am trying to decide if I should go anyway or try to sort of honor his wishes. And it's a very difficult decision to make. I'm also balancing this thing between honoring myself and honoring my father at this point towards the end of his life.
Yes.
I'm also extremely overwhelmed with work. Do my guides have any guidance or anything they'd like to share with me on that, please?
Okay. So for Katharina, would it be an optimal choice to visit her father now, even though he says no? No, it's not an optimal choice to go now. Okay. Will it be optimal to go within the calendar year 2021? Yes. So would that be the second half of, well, yeah, it's almost there already, the second half of the year. Okay. So would it be third quarter, fourth quarter? So October, November, December. I get a yes on December.
Mm-hmm. Does that mean that he likely has some time? Because one of the things we don't know is how much time he has.
So will her father likely still be living by December? Yes. I'm feeling like he's stronger than you think he is.
That's my suspicion, and that's really great to hear.
Yeah.
Any
So,
other, yeah.
Message for Katharina. Struggling with work. Oh, I'm getting that. More time for deep belly breaths, Katharina. Breathe, relax, allow. Stop and do that. Set a timer if you have to. Do it at least 3 times a day. 4 would be better. So give yourself 1 to 2 minutes where you just stop whatever you're doing, let all the busy thoughts go, and just focus on your breathing. Do that deep belly breathing because it's not only relaxing, but it's healing. It's bringing that life-giving oxygen in very purposely, very consciously, focusing on you and your body. It's also balancing for your energy. So you get a lot of benefits from doing that. And if you can do more, of course, more would be good, but just that 1 to 2 minutes is going to help you a lot. That'll help a lot with the stress. When you do that and you take that pause, it gives you more clarity. You will be able to see with more clarity the right choices to make as you move forward. And of course, that will alleviate some of the stress.
Thank you. Am I allowed to ask my guides to send me some support? Because I feel I haven't been able to find it among friends in the way I hoped, and I would be really grateful for some support. So it's almost like a request than a question. But
well, yeah, you can ask them anything. You can say, hey team, could you send me 2 burly angels to come and hold me up when I'm feeling weak? There's no limit to what you can ask for.
Okay, great. I will do that.
Always ask. Even if it seems really silly or petty, doesn't matter, ask. They will find a way to do it for you.
Thank you, Deborah.
You're welcome. And then trust, of course, that they will follow through because they always do.
Yep. Yeah, trust is a big piece of that.
Yes.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. So Johanna, your guide's name and how many reincarnations? So for Johanna, is there a guide who wants to identify themselves? I hear Jasper. So you've got a Jasper. Okay. And how many lifetimes has Johanna had? 2,652.
Thank you, Deborah.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
so much.
Did I thought I sent you Ho'oponopono, but I think I might have only sent it to one person. So there it is again, just in case I didn't send it. Okay, you guys, we are already nearly an hour over our time. So any last questions before we wrap this up? Anybody I missed? Amy, you've got a question. Go ahead.
Thank you, Deborah. You sure do cover a lot of ground in these meetings.
Yes, it's all over the map.
Okay, so thank you so much for taking my question. I have been doing some collaboration with Deborah.
Okay.
And I want to know if this is something for my highest and best good. Should I continue collaborations with Deborah?
Okay. So for Amy, is it highly optimal choice to collaborate with Deborah? Yeah. Feels very light and very positive.
Okay, thank you. And also, I saw my physician this last week, and he wanted to start me on a medication, and it began with the letter M, and I'm hesitating on filling it. So, and I haven't been able to make my mind up to go pick it up today or not.
Okay.
Can you tell me, is that medication for my highest and best good?
Okay. So for Amy, is the medication that starts with an M an optimal choice for her now? Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you can
Thank
take
you.
it without worries. Your guides say it's okay.
Okay, I was concerned about side effects or things such as that. Thank you.
Yeah,
And also,
don't go there with your thoughts because you can attract them to you. So if your guides say it's okay, then it's not going to be an issue.
okay. And I'm just wondering, do you see a mate or a friend coming in for me in 2021?
Okay, so for Amy, is it highly likely she will find a suitable partner in the year 2021? Yes. Okay. So third quarter, fourth quarter, fourth quarter. So somewhere towards the end of the year. And just know that that person is lined up by your guides for you to connect with. That timing could change if either of you or both of you make different choices that take you off the present path. But right now it's lined up for fourth quarter.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Thanks. You too. Okay. Marilee, you had something else you wanted to talk about? Lighthearted something?
Yes, I covered the heavy stuff, and I felt like that was all I could do at that moment. But I have one daughter. She's 34. We have a wonderful relationship. I have been told in another setting that at one point she was the mother and I was the daughter. My question, is it possible to have recurring relationships with people from your past and not necessarily have it be like karmic, like you've got to work anything out? Can it just be because we enjoy one another, or is there something that does it always involve karmic issues?
It doesn't have to be a negative if that's what you're asking, but why don't we just ask whether you have past lives together? Is that really what you want to know?
Well, I've been told that we have, but I don't feel like I have any issue, like any karma that I have to work out with this person. I feel like we have a great.
That's the question then. Is there?
Yes.
To ease your mind. So for Marilee, is there karma that needs to be worked out with her daughter? No, I get it's all clear. It feels very good.
Good.
So don't worry about it. Just enjoy it and be grateful because, you've heard here today people who don't have that.
Right. Right. Thank you for
Gratitude.
that.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Cheers.
You too. Okay. I think I got everybody. So going once, going twice. Anybody else with a question? Speak now. I won't say forever hold your peace because I don't want you to do that. All right. So let's just take a moment and do a little closing prayer. Thank our guides for this because it's been a lovely gathering. Thank you all for being here. So Metatron and all of our guides in the Akashic records, we want to express our deep gratitude for being with us on this day, for keeping us in this beautiful bowl of light and love energy, for nourishing our souls, guiding us to our highest and best. Thank you for always being there, for letting us lean on you and cry on your shoulder when we need to. Thank you for all the love. We are so deeply grateful. And we just ask that you be with us as we go forward in our lives. Help us to stay on track as we know and trust that you do. With the deepest gratitude, we say thank you, thank you, thank you. And so everybody, just reminding you, this video probably won't get posted till tomorrow because, like I said, I had 13 hours of doing the Elvis video yesterday, and I don't think I'm going to get through this one today, but it will be there tomorrow, so you can look for it then. And by all means, go, peruse the videos on my channel. I've got a whole playlist that's just inspiration. Let me give you that link, because if you're having a day where you're just feeling like you need a lift, most of them are under a minute. So they just give you a quick little lift. There's, I think, maybe one or two that are a couple minutes, but they're very short little nuggets of wisdom that I've gotten channeled from the Akasha and just put into videos for you. So there's that, and there's so much more there. There's a lot of messages about our future with Earthtopia. So I encourage you, if you haven't already seen those, check that out, because it's so inspiring and uplifting that we as light workers are coming together to shift the earth into this new age, the golden age of humanity. Very exciting. So I invite you to check those out if you haven't already. And I will see you all next month. Thank you for being here. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, Deborah.
Bye.